In the quiet village of Sundarpur, nestled amidst arid fields and whispering winds, there lived a humble farmer named Hariram with his wife Lalita and their 6-year-old daughter. Mira. The village bore the brunt of a brutal summer. The sun beat down on the village every day, and for months, not a drop of rain had moistened the parched land. The once fertile land had turned to dust, and the crops that fed the villagers' livelihoods withered day by day. The drought brought not only barren fields but also despair. Villagers walked with sad eyes and heavy hearts. Wells dried up, and hope slowly drained from their souls. Hariram, a man who once whistled cheerfully on his way to the fields, now sat silently in his courtyard, staring at the empty sky. In the midst of this gloom, the village elders gathered under the banyan tree and made a resolution: if their efforts in the fields had failed, perhaps God would listen to their prayers. Each family would pray together at the same time, each house in a different place, but with the same purpose. Perhaps if they raised their voices together, God would hear. That evening, Hariram, Lalita, and little Mira knelt on the cool floor of their mud house. A small earthen lamp flickered before their humble altar. Hariram clasped his hands in prayer, closed his eyes, and whispered through trembling lips, "Lord, you know the pain of your people. You know how hard we have worked, how much we have tried. Please send rain on this barren land. Our children are hungry, and our fields are dying." Lalita also prayed silently. But it was Mira's soft, shrill voice that brought a sudden silence to the room. "Dear God," she said, her eyes wide and sincere, "my father is sad. You can do anything, can't you? So please make it rain. Not tomorrow or some other day, please make it rain today. Thank you." There was a pause. Then Hariram stood up and sighed, the weight of the empty farm pressing down on his heart. "I should go check on the fields," he muttered. Mira jumped up. "Wait, Dad. I'm coming with you." Before he could react, she rushed into the next room and returned with something that startled him: the umbrella. A bright red, her favorite color. Hariram chuckled, "Mira, it's getting dark. The sun has set. Why are you bringing an umbrella at this hour?" She looked up at him with a serious expression. "Because we prayed for rain, right? If it rains when we go out without umbrellas, we'll get wet." Hariram was silent. He looked at the umbrella, then at Mira's innocent eyes, no doubt, but full of absolute faith. A faith that asked not if, but only when. His throat tightened. The sky above was still arid and pale orange, cloudless. But Mira's faith was so pure, so unwavering, it stirred something deep inside him. It wasn't just hope, it was certainty. She didn't just ask, she did. Preparito get the answer. A quiet realization crept into his mind: praying is good, but believing is better, belief is powerful, and acting on that belief is what really works miracles. He lifted Mira into his arms, kissed her forehead, and whispered, "Let's go, my little girl." With umbrella in hand, they walked toward the dying fields. That night, as darkness fell over Sundarpur, a wind began to blow, gently at first, then stronger. Clouds began to gather, low rumbles echoed in the distance, and then rain. It was not a drizzle. It was a torrential downpour. It seemed to wash away despair, cool the hot earth, and paint smiles on tired faces. Children ran outside laughing, old men raised their hands to the sky in thanksgiving, and the smell of damp earth rose like incense to the heavens. The story of Hariram and Mira is more than just a father and daughter story, it is a parable for all of us. The drought in Sundarpur mirrors the droughts in our own lives, times of struggle, uncertainty, and waiting. We all pray for answers, relief, and breakthroughs. But how many of us carry an umbrella after praying for rain? The villagers prayed, yes. But Mira trust. Her actions represent a kind of faith that we often forget, faith that expects, not just hopes. It reminds us that faith is not a passive feeling, it is a choice, a mindset that shapes how we act. When we pray or wish for something, we must also prepare for it. Belief changes everything. Without faith, our efforts become burdensome. We begin but doubt stops us. With faith, our actions become powerful and purposeful. Faith creates resilience, perseverance, and clarity. And most importantly, faith invites the extraordinary into the ordinary. Whether it's taking medicine, chasing dreams, or praying, trust is what turns possibility into reality. So next time you're hoping for something, big or small, don't just wait. Bring an umbrella. Because as Mira shows us, faith can move mountains, and sometimes, it even brings rain.